Oh, look at this. We are going back to August of 1993, arguably one of the best months they had. You know, there's fall of 97, there's summer of 94, but this August of 93, I mean, it's getting to the point now where almost the entire month has been officially released. So even the band and their archivist realizes that, this was hot shit. All right, guys, so this is for you, day one member Spud, of course. Going back to 1993 for Spud. I don't believe it was not his first show. And Spud, I don't know if you were at this show or if it was just one of your favorites. But I do know that it was not his first, and it was at the Greek. Here we go. All right, so where do we start? I don't even really know. It was just one of these shows, man. Just like during a time and at a place where they were just hungry, man. They were like, come on. I know I've said it before in videos, but you could just feel it just coming through the speakers, really. Just like they were just out to get you. Just wanting to prove to everybody, vendors at the show, it didn't matter. You brought a friend along, they were going to leave there with their mind blown. And then look here, starting it out with a llama bouncing around the room back to back, kind of showing a little bit of, to see what's to come, really. We got a little bit of everything in this one. We got a really quiet part in foam, and the crowd got a little rowdy, a little restless there, but showing that they did have a bit of a crowd back then, Sometimes I think shows like this, back then is when they should have had the ticket demand that they have now and the ticket prices that they have now. This is probably like $18 for a ticket or something like that back then. We got Ginseng Sullivan. Trey talked a little bit. Trey talked a little bit throughout the night, actually. Then we got into this right here. This Maze Fluffhead stash. Maybe the stash being my favorite. Perhaps maybe the weirdest. The spot where they maybe go out a little bit. Maze just Trey and Paige completely on fire. Fluffhead, a very good Fluffhead. So, Squirming Coil, another one you could have almost attached it in there, but it's just not quite the monster that those three are. Crimes of the Mind, the Due to Life coming out on stage. So beginning and ending the set well. And I'm not the biggest fan of Guest, but this one certainly makes sense. Trey commented it was his first ever West Coast appearance for the dude. So like I said, perhaps Stash wins that first set, but then Maze, Fluffhead, Foam, not far behind. All played really well, of course. And then we get over here to 2001. It wasn't really 2001's time just yet. They quickly get through this one. A nice little way to set things off here in the second set. And then they blast into Rift and then run like an Antelope. If Stash won the first set, Antelope perhaps winning the whole night. There's like a time or two, maybe 2 or 3 times where it felt like, they would drift off a little bit. Somebody would be playing around, Trey or Paige, doing something cool, and then they'd get back into Antelope. And then they would go off in a whole different direction again, and then they'd get back into Antelope. And then they would go way back over here in this direction. And, it's like, make Antelope go that way, kind of. And then eventually they wrap up. Perhaps, I don't know, there were some outstanding Antelopes back then. I believe the Red Rocks just a week or so before this. A legendary Antelope. So what a month for Antelope and many other songs. And then, maybe the only down point, we got a little nonsense here. A little early 90s Phish nonsense. Horse, Silent in the Morning, Sparkle, Big Ball Jam, Purple Rain, Hold Your Head Up. The It's Ice, though, sandwiched in the middle of all this. But even it got a little secret language heavy in there, just throwing signals left and right. So, for just completely great playing and then just starting off with a blast, we got a little nonsensical here. And then we get into YEM, the second highlight of the second set. Oye Como VA kind of thrown in there, running out of room on the whiteboard. It was really, they almost had completely left YEM, going full Santana on you and then back into YEM. Yet another vocal jam. I feel like I've listened to like 20 minutes of vocal jams this week. Boom, 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 Contact, Chalk Dust Torture, getting us back on track, ending the set there. Then kind of going nice from the vocal jam into Contact, so that was kind of cool. And then, a rousing finish to the show. Daniel saw the stone, keeping things upbeat, and then the acapella. Trey busted out the acoustic guitar a couple times for Horse, maybe, and maybe also on Ginseng. So, yeah, did I take a breath there? I don't know if I did or not. So, wow. If I had heard the show, I've totally forgotten. At first I was thinking of 8/26, 93. So many good shows that month. But when Spud first threw this number at me, I was like, oh yeah, I know that one. But no, this was 8/28/93. Many others. There's the 14th of that month. I don't know, St. Louis in there. Like I said, the Red Rock show. Look at that. So maybe that was maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, just complete bangers, as they like to say now. All right, guys. Well, Spud, thank you for requesting this one. You guys been requesting some bangers. You know, we got an 03 show coming up. Got a one. I don't know what we got coming up. I mentioned it last night, but we got several on deck. You know, we're gonna just keep on rolling. Keep on. I'm not singing that song. Come on, come on. All right, guys, we're out of here. Look at that. Take one last look. Woo! Oh no, I'm just completely falling apart. Singing like, who is that? REO Speedwagon, and now I'm wooing. Video just took a downward turn, left turn. No left turn unstoned.